Cruise news time. Well, we've got some interesting stories today. I've got a story about crew members that were injured and had to be medevaced off of a cruise ship. We also have a story about a big free cruise giveaway. There's a cruise company giving away 1,000 cruises. We have a cruise that was disrupted in a crazy way because of a storm. And, I'm getting some reports that masking is coming back on several cruise ships, and I think I know the reason why. Cruise news. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news updates. It is Sunday, June the 5th, 2022, and we're not quite halfway through the year. I think I said that the other day, that we were halfway through the year. Well, you got to get all the way through June to be halfway through the year, but man, having a pretty good year. So, yeah, it feels like it's going quick, but it's not halfway through yet, which is even more exciting because that's going to make my half-year story even that more exciting. I got 4 big cruise news stories for you today. I also want to talk about something that happened over the last couple days. One of my daughters came to visit, and I showed her what I thought was the best 1980s cult classic film. And the look on her face watching this movie, like she watched the whole movie out of being a good daughter, but wow, have you ever showed your kids something that you thought was the coolest and that they did not? This is the second time it's happened to me, so I got to share that story with you. But first, let's talk cruise news. This one happened on Wednesday. 2 crew members on the Celebrity Summit got injured from chemical burns, and their injuries were so extensive that they reached out to the Coast Guard and asked for a medevac, and these 2 crew members were medevaced off of the Celebrity Summit, taken to a hospital somewhere in the United States. I haven't heard any updates on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send an email off to Celebrity. I've never really done that. I'm going to start trying to do that. I'm going to send an email off to Celebrity to see if we can get an update. If I get an update, I'll let you know in the next couple days. And quickly, for all of you folks who may be wondering what I'm wearing today, this shirt right here is back from my corporate America days. This shirt probably dates back to 2012, and it's big. It fits well on me. And look, yeah, I wear it buttoned all the way up to the top. I look like I could be a golfer. I don't know, but I reject everybody rejecting my t-shirts. I reject everybody rejecting my floral shirts. I'm going back to corporate Tony. Hey, do you have that report that I asked for? We really, oh, sorry, I can't approve your request for software development because you didn't fill out all the forms. What a life. I hated that life. Whew, but I like the shirt. How about, what's your vote? T-shirt, floral shirt, corporate Tony shirt, shirtless? You people are naughty. All right, back to the show. Cruise news story number 2. There is a cruise line out there that's giving away 1,000 free cruises to happen later this year in 2022. It's Virgin Voyages. Their new partnership with J-Lo is kicking off with a big free cruise giveaway. And you can take a cruise over in Europe on the Valiant Lady. You can take a cruise out of Miami on the Scarlet Lady. And all you have to do is go to the website, virginvoyages.com, answer a questionnaire, and you will be entered to win. It's kind of funny because Virgin is one of those cruise lines that I've seen, it's very polarizing is what I've seen. I've seen some people that really love Virgin. I've seen some people that are really challenged by Virgin. A lot of people that are challenged by Virgin are people that haven't gone on there yet, so I would just push back and say if you haven't gone on there yet, I'd be cautious. But it's funny, some of the people that are challenged by it, I've seen them say, I wouldn't even go on Virgin unless they gave me a free cruise. Well, here's your opportunity. That's a great question. Are you so anti-Virgin, would you not even go if they gave you a free cruise? Or are you one of those people that, heck man, if it's free, I'll try it? Leave a comment below. I'm trying to get on Virgin this year. Virgin and Holland are the big gets this year for me as far as new cruise lines go. And I'm going to try to get on Virgin very soon. So stay tuned possibly for some Virgin footage. But yeah, free giveaway, virginvoyages.com. Go there. It's right on the front page. You can click, answer the questions, get entered in. Free cruising! That would be cool. Would it not be cool? I would think so, yes. All right, let me break into the cruise news real quick for some exciting other news. A lot of you have reached out and said, look, we don't really care for the cruise news. Now, most of you like the cruise news, you like this show, but some of you don't like the show, you don't like the cruise news, you prefer more of a vlog-style presentation of our lives. And so we've listened, we've heeded the call, and we've made a special place just for vlog lovers, and it's called Loca Vlogs. We've created a new channel. I've got footage coming to your face. There's a new vlog up there today. Did you enjoy the pancake footage from the other day? Well, I did a whole vlog from the Wynn Buffet with our friends Ronald and Terry, and of course the lovely Jenny B. And so I would invite you to go over to Loca Vlogs, L-O-C-A-V-L-O-G-S, Loca Vlogs. I'll leave a link to this first video so that you can get over there in the pinned comment. But yeah, 3 times a week is my commitment. I'm going to be putting up 3 vlog-style videos. I've got footage from Hualtuco, from Puerto Vallarta. I've got footage from Cabo. There's a lot of cruising stuff coming to you, and it also gives us a place to put anything else that we want vlog style. And so please do us a favor, support that channel, Loca Vlogs. If you love the vlogs, please go over there and subscribe, and make sure you watch the first one today. It is live now, and so go check it out. All right, back to the news. Cruise news story number 3. Let's talk about a cruise that has been disrupted in a crazy way because of a storm. The lovely Jenny B has a client cruising on Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas. It either left out of New York City or Bayonne out of New Jersey, and the itinerary for that cruise was a lovely trip to the islands of Bermuda, to Bermuda, as it were, across the triangle. We talked about that spooky stuff. However, the day before their cruise, because a storm was bearing down into that region, remember, we have begun with the the Atlantic hurricane season. She was notified that well, they're not going to go to Bermuda. They're going to go to Canada, to cooler temperatures. That's got to be a rough one day before your cruise. No longer going to the pink sands of Bermuda, but going to get yourself a beaver tail up there in Canada. I don't know. I would probably like the Canada one better because I'm more of a cool temperature person opposed to the beach. But how about that? It's just a reminder that we've been talking about for the last week that we are in the beginning of hurricane season on the Atlantic here on the east coast of the U.S. and then down into the Caribbean. So your cruise could be disrupted, and disrupted in a significant way. No Bermuda going up. Would you be mad if you got disrupted in that way? That would be interesting. Leave a comment below. Now I do have one more cruise news story. This one about masks returning to cruise ships. And I also got to tell you how this interaction I had with my kid. But before I get there, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of the episodes. Man, how about that? Hey, a great conversation yesterday about immigration. Pretty serious show. There were some, I don't know, party poopers that didn't want to talk about it. Let me just give you the guidelines. If we ever talk about anything on the show and you don't think it's appropriate and you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to talk about it. Like, you don't even have to comment that, oh, I don't want to talk about it. Your silence basically says you don't want to talk about it. So, yeah, look, the show's the show. We talk about all things cruising, and yesterday a very serious topic, and there are a lot of people that were able to lay down their political filters and have a good conversation. So, kudos. I'm proud of the community. Very impressive yesterday. Again, who knows if we change anything, but sometimes if you put some positive dialogue out there in the world, if you change one heart, if you change one mind, that's how change begins. That's what being a catalyst of change is, and you guys certainly were a catalyst for change yesterday. Exciting stuff. All right, one more cruise news story. I've been getting reports from various people. I probably need to dig through the messages. I don't know the particular cruise ships, but I do know one for sure. I'm starting to hear that people are getting on cruise ships and where masks were just recommended, they're being required. Now, I don't think I've heard that on any of the like big major cruise lines. I don't think I've heard that for like Carnival, Royal, anything like that. But I would love to know if you've gotten on one of the majors recently. Have they made you mask up again? And we know for sure that our friend Don Terrace, who went to Rotterdam, when he went to Rotterdam, he had to mask up. And we do know the saga. I think many of you know the saga. If you don't know the saga, I was kind of waiting until it ended. I've been in contact with Don on almost a daily basis. He's doing good. We had a challenging time being locked down, but our friend Don tested positive for COVID when he left the Rotterdam, and he got stuck in Rotterdam, and he missed his group cruise. And again, I've been in contact with him, on the daily. So we'll hear more for Don. That's Don's story to tell. And but I appreciate everybody reaching out to me, saying, "Are you reaching out to Don?" Of course. Don's my friend. I'm reaching out to Don. But yeah, but we know for sure that when Don got on that Rotterdam cruise ship, they told him to mask up. Now, in the U.S., why are some cruise lines telling passengers to mask up? Well, if we look at the CDC chart, almost every cruise ship that's operating in the U.S. has enough reported COVID cases on board to meet the under investigation threshold by the CDC. 86 orange cruise ships, 86 ships under investigation, 2 ships not, and 4 ships in the green. 2 ships with cases, but not high enough to do the investigation threshold, 4 ships in the green. COVID is part of cruising. I think we all know that. I've been talking less and less about COVID. The signposts that I'm looking for are people that are getting COVID on cruise ships. Are they getting severely ill? It seems like people are getting COVID on cruise ships. They're going through the process of quarantine, all that kind of stuff. It's just part of cruising. But maybe this increased number is why we're seeing some cruise lines ask people to mask up inside, that kind of thing. That's the question for you. Have you been on a cruise recently where you're required to mask up? Is it still mask-free? Is it still mask-free in the terminal? I would love for you to share your experience so that we can learn from that. But yeah, the last few cruises I've gone on, no mask required, recommended, not required, in the terminal, on the cruise ship, that kind of thing. So speedy recovery to our friend Dawn. Our friend Emma is on the mend. She went through a little COVID action also, and I talked to her recently. She is on the mend. And so, yeah. But yeah, it's part of cruising, and that's what we're dealing with right now. It does beg the question, you know, if... I don't know when all this is going to go away. If, passengers are getting COVID and they're going to quarantine, but everything's turning out okay, will there be a time where we see less and less of these regulations around testing and isolation? I don't know. I haven't seen anything indicative that testing's going away. I haven't seen anything indicative that some of these protocols are going away. I haven't seen anything indicative that the vaccine requirement's going away. So, yeah, we continue to just live it out day by day, but the mask may be coming back on some cruise ships depending on what's going on with the numbers. Again, I would love to hear anecdotally what's going on out there in the world. Are you having to mask up on your cruise? Leave a comment below. Now let's briefly touch on this concept of parents aren't as cool as they think they are. Look, I've turned my kids on to a lot of good music. It's really cool when some of my kids are listening to music that I turned them on to when I was a kid. I think I did okay with the music, but I've had at least 2 major experiences where I haven't done very well with the kids when it comes to movies. There was a time when a couple of our kids were teenagers, and they were saying, "Oh, we like scary movies. Do you like scary movies?" Like, no. I do not like scary movies. I watched a couple movies when I was your age that scared me to death, and I don't like scary movies. They're like, "Oh, what's the scary movie? We would like to see it." I said, look, Children of the Corn and Pet Sematary, a couple Stephen King movies. Those movies scared me to death. The Stephen King books, of course, adapted into movies. They scared the poo-poo out of me. Let me just be honest. And so one night we got those movies and we sat down with our teenagers and we watched Pet Sematary and we watched Children of the Corn, and we got to the end of that and they laughed their heads off. They laughed through the whole movie. They were not scared. They were not terrified. And they looked at us and they laughed. They laughed in our face. And so that was the first thing. And I should have learned from that never to say, "Oh, I think this movie is the coolest. It's gonna be amazing." And so another one of our daughters was here with her husband a couple days this week, and we're trying to figure out something to do. Listening to Queen Essentials on Apple Music, and a song started to play, and it reminded me of one of my favorite cult classic movies in the 1980s. And I said to them, "Have you ever seen this movie Highlander?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "You've not seen the movie Highlander? This movie will change your life." It certainly changed my life. I thought it was the coolest movie when I saw it. And so we came home. I purchased Highlander for $9.99 on Apple Movies, and I hit play, and they did not like this movie. My daughter, Marissa, is a huge movie fan, and her face through that whole movie was like, "I cannot believe that's a great movie." I'm just going to say, is there any Highlander fans out there? It doesn't stand up. I guess it just doesn't stand up to today's crowd. So many 30 years later or whatever. Who cares? It's still a great movie. Do you like Highlander? Are your kids dumb? My kids aren't dumb. I take that back, but I don't know. Do you guys ever do that? Have you ever showed your kids something that you thought was cool and they didn't think it was cool? I think that's part of the common parent experience. How about that? Boom, that's your cruise news. That's your show today. Time for you to sound off. I hope you enjoyed the show. I certainly enjoyed the show. You can show your support by hitting the like button. And unfortunately, if you don't hit the like button, everything that you show your kids, they're going to think it's stupid. And, well, the like button may not save you from that. But hit the like button anyways. This is Tony for Lido, Loca. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bah. Bah.